Do 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 do. Okay, gather my belongings together, and we're right. Okay, do this. Okay, I'm going to see where we are. Anybody who's starting to look in, I'll show you. That's what we're going to. Pollok Country Park, which also houses the famous Burrell collection, which has its own poster here. The Burrell looking for a window into the past. Find it in the Burrell collection here in Pollok Country Park, which is part of Glasgow, one of Glasgow's many parks. There we go, that's where we're going, through that bridge, follow that taxi. Good morning from New York. Wow, good morning from Glasgow, New York. And Lisa, hello Lisa. Oh, this Lisa, you've been here before. Thanks very much for coming back. Oh, I'll turn this around to say hello to you. Lisa, thank you very much. Lisa, Mona Lisa, I remember you before. You were very nice joining us on a live stream previously. How are you? Just trying to put a cord around my wrist so I don't drop this camera out of its holder. Ah, thank you. Nice of you to say that. Oh, there we go. I'll turn around again. You can see where we're going. But yeah, how are you? You well? This is very early in the morning for you. Is this first thing in the morning or thereabouts? This is early afternoon for us. 1:30. So I'm thinking about looking for a bit of lunch. So I might just go in, have a look under here. Haven't been under here before. Yeah, trees are changing, aren't they? I'm hoping to get maybe one or two good photographs today of that very thing. Maybe something I can paint. Have I got this zoomed in? Let me check if I've got this picture zoomed in. No, I don't. Okay. I'm just being a bit shaky. 8:30, that's not bad. It's a good time to get up. So this is where we are. Anybody who's looking in, Pollok Country Park, and there's the map. So where are we? Where's the you are here bit? Ah, you are here. There we are. That's where I got off the train. Pollokshaws West Station. It's very convenient, but only if you're able-bodied, because they do not have a lift, they do not have a ramp, and they have about 2 or 3 flights of stairs. Not big, but a big problem if you're not able-bodied. So yeah, that's where we are. And just not far from here is the Sir John Stirling Maxwell allotments. Little gardens rented out to people who don't have gardens. And that's up there. Ah, you paint as well? Yeah, I've just been to my art class in the morning, so what I tend to do is look for something to do for the afternoon. My wife goes walking with a friend today, and she's not back till maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock. My art class finishes at 12, and I like to find things to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I like walking through this park anyway, it's really nice. Oh, Simon Cook. Thank you, Simon. How's the sound? And the picture? They're probably okay from here. Lisa was just saying that the trees are changing, and I've heard it said, I think probably on the weather programme on the TV, that they're changing a bit earlier and will be brighter this year, brighter colours, because of the relative drought we've had this year. It's been pretty dry. And that tree there, do you know that tree? Probably you do. You can recognise the leaves if I go in a bit closer to it. Recognise those? Chestnut trees. See it through there as well. Hey, I've got a little heart flying by. That's quite good. Thank you. And I've got a like as well. Brilliant. Oh, anybody looking in, welcome to Pollok Park in Glasgow in Scotland. I'm just having a little wander. I'm calling it autumn watch. In the States we call it fall watch, I suppose. Nice. I don't know if you can hear the leaves and the wind in the leaves. If you like live streams, you might like some of the things I do on my channel. I don't do entirely live streams, by the way. I do a lot of hiking and I do proper videos. Oh, I uploaded a gorgeous one. If you like alpine scenes of the Austrian Alps, have a look at my channel. Even if you don't subscribe to it, have a look at my channel and see the last video, actual video that I posted. I was with a hiking group in the Alps just over a week ago. We always try to have a week abroad somewhere, and I put together drone footage and just gorgeous pictures of the Alps and accompanied it with super music from Epidemic Sound. I don't know if you know them. I decided eventually a few months ago that I needed to get a wider range of music, wider than YouTube gives us, or wider than I'd ever found on YouTube. So I paid the money for Epidemic Sound. It's about £8 a month, something like that, if you pay a year at one time. So yeah, have a look at the Austrian, I've said Austria is spectacular, or something like that, the title of it. And the thumbnail is a group of about 12 or more, I think 20 odd people, all looking cheerful, and Mary with her arms spread out and a big smile. So yeah, have a look at that. Yes, I'm really quite pleased with it. It's a bit long. It's about 10 or 11 minutes. Yeah, the Alps one. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I love the music. It's one of these things where the tune gets into your head, or it gets into my head, and I find it's there for hours. It's a bit of an earworm, as they say. This is nice. The river is very calm. I'll take you up and let you see Pollok House. I think looking at Pollok House just now, it's not too great because they've got a lot of scaffolding over it. They're conserving it or doing something to it. So it doesn't look exactly brilliant at present. But the Burrell Gallery, which is where I'm heading for lunch, in fact there you are, the Burrell Gallery is where I'm heading. Yeah, it's always lovely. It was kind of renovated, given a makeover, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. It had been closed for that purpose for, I think, maybe 2 years. But my goodness, they have made a fabulous job of it. It's a wonderful space to be in for paintings and sculptures and bits of buildings which have been collected from all over the world. Keep out the road and let people pass here. So yeah, this is what we're doing, having a little wander around Pollok Park, and it will end up with me going to the Burrell for lunch. So have a look in the woodlands actually. It's quite nice to be off the path a bit. Actually, it's lovely being in here. You can smell the ground, and you can hear the leaves up in the canopy rustling gently there. We don't have a big range of autumn colours in here exactly. I brought my drone with me today as well, thinking I could put it up and perhaps see the woodlands from above with all its many colours of leaves changing. Is this bat box or something else? I don't know, bat box maybe? What do you think? There's not a lot of traffic in the park, but there's some. Yeah, some changing leaves. And rough bark. A little bit of bird song, but not an awful lot here. If you want to hear more ambient sound, just let me know and I'll ramp up the microphone a little bit. I'm on +6 just now. I can put it up to +12 if you like. See if it makes a difference. I worry if I put it up too far, you'll hear every puff and beat of my heart. So the Burrell would be down that way. Don't really want to go to the Burrell yet. Whereas if we go this way, if we look at the sign will tell us where to go. There you go, we've got Pollok. You see that? Pollok House and Gardens. 12 minutes walk? Surely not. Oh well, we can manage 12 minutes walk. Let's go and look. 2 likes already, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for 2 likes. I see these trees have been numbered. Oh, hello B228. I'm glad they're looking after the trees. They know them all by number. There's a police car, there's a police sort of building area in here as well, where they train the police dogs. Do 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 do. Down the line. Oh, come on. We've got round here remains of chestnuts. Another chestnut tree. We saw one earlier, just to remind you. There are the chestnut leaves, like big hands. I collected 1 or 2 chestnuts before from my grandson last week. I don't think kids are into collecting chestnuts these days. Seems to be an old-fashioned pastime. I don't know how old you are, but if you're older, you're maybe aware that some things are not really popular anymore. I remember playing marbles used to be a thing when I was a kid at school. I haven't seen anybody playing marbles. Pity about the tyre and the bottle. Yeah, on our holiday in Austria just over a week ago, it was notable. There was hardly a bit of litter lying around anywhere. On the streets, no litter, and really I didn't see any litter bins either. So people are tidy enough that if they have litter, they take it home with them. When you go up the hills, you don't see any litter on the paths, whereas in Scotland, and I think it goes for the UK generally, you're going to find some litter as you go up the hills. It must be an educational thing. Hyper football, hey. I'm okay, thanks. You all right? What are you up to today? Anything interesting? And where are you? I should always ask people where they're looking in from, if they haven't said. Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it? About the answer to the question, when is the right time to plant a tree? And the answer is something like 20 years ago. Yeah, chestnut. There you go. I'll bring that one for my grandson just in case he wants to put it on a string. I'm assuming that's the kind of thing that is done in other countries, not just over here. You put one of those chestnuts on a string and then you swing it hard at an opponent's chestnut to try and smash it. And over here we call it conkers, playing conkers. I don't know, is that something you do elsewhere? Ah dear, somebody's lost there. The key for the Premier Inn. I'm sure they'll get another one. Yeah, hyper football, what are you about? Yeah, Lucy, you're right. The conifers seem to be the fast growers, don't they? That's why they plant so many conifers. Fast and cheap wood. Whereas these things, like this one, which is any good on your leaves? So what kind of tree is that? Recognise it? Really, really good bark. Good for wildlife. Lots of wee nooks and crannies for insects and so on to hide or to be found by birds feeding. Yeah, it's an oak tree, that one. And it's had some bad damage to the bark. That's not so good. You're absolutely right. Well done. It is an oak. Wow. Wow. I love all this. I don't suppose the oak is loving it because I reckon it's rotting the oak. I think this tree has probably had it. But as long as it's safe and it's not going to be blown down on the public, they'll probably keep it going. Because look, it's being infested by bugs of some kind. And where there are bugs eating the old wood, there'll be birds around. Yeah, I think this blackness here on the under the bark is the fungus, possibly. This fungus here. I don't know what kind it is. I'm tempted to say it's a honey fungus just because of the kind of colour of it. If we look underneath it, it's got gills. How does it smell? Unremarkable. Yeah, the mushrooms and toadstools that I really like are the ones which have got pores underneath. I always think they're a cut above the common herd, as it were. Right, you hear people that way, so we'll go this way. Right, can you hear dogs? There you are, police and authorised persons only over there. And that's where they train the dogs. Can you hear them? Yeah. Don't think I dare walk in there. Oh, what have we got here? What have we got? We got from the oak trees the seeds. Quite big ones too. I don't think we need to keep those. I believe pigs like eating these. Let's go. Let's go. So in this park, you can drive through it nice and slow. But you can also walk if you've got a child I'll ride a horse through it, cycle. It's a very safe place. Very safe. Yeah, if you're looking in today, thank you very much for looking in. Oh, what's all this? This is Pollok Park in Glasgow. We're just having a wander through. We're calling it an autumn watch. And this plant here is fascinating. It's called Himalayan balsam, which came from the Himalayas, and it's an invasive plant. You're not allowed, it's illegal to propagate it and spread it. You're not allowed to put it in your garden or anything. But what I like about it is, you see these little bits here, little capsules. The fruits of it, when they get big enough, they will spontaneously, almost bang, they kind of explode in your hand if you touch them. I'll try to find one that will do that for you. All right, there's one at the back there. See that one there? Let's zoom in on it and I'll try it. And if I touch the pod, see if I can do it and let you see it at the same time. Watch this. Kind of think it'd be good in slow motion if it works. Ching! It does that. It just rolls up like that and throws the seeds everywhere. So I'm not going to take the seeds home, I'm afraid just going to go where they came from. It's a fun thing to do. I'm walking with a friend who doesn't know about that little trick. And you ask them to, that's another one, can't resist it. And you ask them to squeeze, where is it? Squeeze the pod a little bit. It's not quite ripe. No, these aren't quite ripe yet. So you get them to grab the pod for you, whoop, and squeeze it, and it gives them a shock. You even gave me a little shock there. It just unwinds and throws the seeds as far as it can. So there you go, Himalayan balsam. I better unzoom this again. Well, this will be far too shaky. So there's a lot of it that does spread around very easily. I don't see that it does an awful lot of damage. I mean, I believe insects feed from it, you know, bees, and hasn't taken over the world, so I don't think it's one worth worrying about. Similarly with these things, these are rhododendrons, and rhododendrons have kind of taken over since they were introduced into Britain from the Himalayas again, I think, and they do spread like mad, and anywhere they are, there's really nothing much survives underneath. In some areas they're being actively ripped out. Let's go over here and walk on the road for a little minute. There's nothing coming. Yay, thanks Lisa. You're very welcome. Come back anytime you like. That there is a free bus, electrical powered bus, which is available from the railway station into the park. It takes you to Pollok House, it takes you to the Burrell collection and back to the station. I don't know what the timing is, but it used to be when you'd come off a train, there would be one sitting outside. It certainly wasn't one when I came off my train. Doop-a-doo-doo. Magpie. If you're looking in, please see where you're looking in from. It's always nice to know where people are. Oh, thanks for the like from somebody. That was a magpie that flew past. That's a nice bit of autumn colour on the ground. I don't know how it's showing on your screens, but it's not showing great on mine. In reality, it's really quite bright. Now, across here, somebody jogging, but across here, there's some nice colour developing. Let's go over here and have a look, see if you can see it. We're looking for autumn colour. Yeah, it's a beauty of a mini forest. Look at that, let's zoom in on that. All the colours in reality are nice. Quite subtle, very nice. Kind of thing that might be okay to paint. Right, let's go across the road again. So Pollok House is on down there. Oh, would you like to see some Highland cattle? Take you up and let you see some Highland cattle. And we're heading up this way towards the Burrell actually. We could go to Pollok House, but to be honest, it's not worth looking at just now since it's being conserved or preserved or renovated or something. It's covered in scaffolding sheets. So forgive me this time, I won't go that way. I'm getting a bit hungry. The Burrell has a very nice restaurant. So I'll push the boat out and treat myself to some hummus. Hummus and flatbread, that would do me. Nice cup of coffee. It's hard to know how many people are actually watching these live streams because I've noticed that people are actually there because they've commented, but at the same time, the count might be 0 at that point. So at present, I've got 3 people looking in. That's 3 potential thumbs up. But you know, you want to see these Highland cows. Zoom in and I'll try and hold the phone very, very steady. There you go. These are kind of iconic creatures as far as Scotland is concerned. They gained popularity in Queen Victoria's time, I believe. And I'm sure I read somewhere they weren't always this colour. The original ones, I think, were black, but there were 1 or 2 odd ones appeared that people liked the look of. So more of the orangey brown ones were, I don't know, what would you call it? Bred. Okay, let's use the word bred. They're massive. They're good for keeping down certain weeds because they just churn up the ground with their weight and their hooves. Looks like that one's heading over to see the people. They're holding grass for it, temptingly. So it thinks it's going to get some nicer grass over there from the people. Change its mind. Nope, it's not going to go over at all. Look at those horns. They're quite passive, you know, placid kind of beasts. I did a walk last year, was it, or earlier this year? Maybe earlier this year. And we came past a load of these. We had to walk right past them, no fences, and they didn't care. I think a lot of the time they can hardly see you because of the fringe of hair over their eyes. And yet we did a similar walk, and there's another one coming. We did a similar walk a few weeks later, and there were calves around. And there you have to be very careful. Don't get in the way between a calf and its mother. There was a lady in this part of Scotland a couple of years ago with her dog, and cows really don't like dogs much. And she let go of her dog eventually, which is what you're meant to do if you're being bothered by cattle. And the cow didn't give in. It actually came after her. She tried to hide in some bushes. It came in and it didn't gore her, but it trampled her badly with its hooves deliberately. She suffered from some broken ribs and so on. So you have to be careful with them. They're placid big beasts, but don't mess with them. Give them the space and never get between a mother and her calf. There's a few in the corner up here. Let's go and see them. Da, 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 da. Yeah, if you're looking in quietly, covertly, please give me a thumbs up. Apparently it helps my channel. You might want to subscribe. I often do live streams. I also do proper videos. And then I'll head up to the Burrell. I'll let you see where the Burrell is. Beautiful building. And I'll grab some lunch. There you go. I'll let you see this and you can read it later at your leisure. There you go. Maybe I should read something. There you go. Pollok's pasture land is home to our prize-winning fold of pedigree Highland cattle. Cattle have grazed here for almost 200 years. The clay soil is rich in nutrients essential for good grass growth, making it perfect pasture land. Earlier attempts to grow crops here were abandoned. Clay is heavy and sticky, just like my back garden, and hard to work with a plough. Look closely and you will still see old plough marks running down the field. These lines are known as rig and furrow. Okay, we'll have a look for that. So just as precious as our cattle are the magnificent old specimen trees that dominate this parkland. Here are some of our finest veteran trees. Trees planted singly in fields like this tend to be mushroom shaped with shorter trunks. They have space to spread out, stretching out their limbs to absorb the sunlight, making a great sunshade and umbrella for cattle. Their fallen deadwood and curious looking rot holes and crevices make ideal homes for a wealth of wildlife. There you go, plenty of juicy grass to eat and grand old trees for shelter. Pollok is an ideal home for cattle. There you go, I'll leave the rest of it, you can have a read at that. Let's go and see some of the cows. So some of them are very small, there's one relieving itself. Quite a young one, quite a young one. Over here we have babies in there. Oh, I see some lovely autumn colours coming up. Well, I wonder if there's anybody here watching. I don't always get it on the counter here showing me how many people are here. So if you're here, you could let me know, I say cunningly, by clicking a like. And then I'll know that somebody's there listening to me. This is Glasgow in Scotland, and it's Pollok Country Park. I'll need to get myself a gimbal handle for the phone. I do have one, but it's a DJI One Osmo 5 or something, and the software doesn't work if you're live streaming. So it would work very well to operate the gimbal if I wasn't live streaming, just recording, but otherwise it's just a nuisance. So apologies for the bumpiness. So there we have it, we're just approaching Burrell building itself. That'd be a cool place to stay, wouldn't it, that one? Now Head Lodge. Lovely. Oh, there we are. There's a nice bit of colour. Look at that maple. It's a maple of some sort.
Coming up all the time. She has. And Nancy back there who's on the depot injection. I'm like,
Crow. And here we have it. We have arrived at the Burrell. I know from past experience that as soon as I've gone in there a few yards, the signal will drop and we'll see no more Burrell. So I'll let you see the outside, and then we'll maybe walk around the outside a bit more and let you see the window. Hello, dog. So isn't that a fantastic building? You've got some really old stuff there, like that archway, which I think is maybe about 12th century, 13th century. Some modern red sandstone and some very modern glass and steel. Fabulous, isn't it? If you ever come to Scotland, try to find time to go to the Burrell. You'd come through to Glasgow and then 5 minutes on the train from Central Station. You're at the Burrell, dead easy. And it's free. Like most of our museums, it's free. That's the way in, but the signal will drop as soon as I walk in there. I don't know if I can walk around the back from here. If we can, we'll do it and let you see. I'll set the lights along here. Maybe that indicates you can go somewhere. No, I don't think you can. I think that's just for fire escape purposes. Yep, we can't. Okay, sorry about that. There's a signal dropping already. Signal still going? I'm surprised. Right, we go. We get to the canteen, cafeteria, restaurant. The great outdoors. Fabulous stained glass they have here. Great wall of it. I don't know if it'll signal last till you see it.